But you guys were married for how long before the cheating started?
3 days. Till I found out.
Wait a minute. Okay.
This is the Cats and Pudding Podcast. A melting pot of pudding. And now, here's Jen.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Cats and Pudding. And I have a great guest today, my friend, Ashley Martinson. Well, should we call you Smith so people know who you are from the show?
Actually, everything's under Martinson.
It's on Martinson now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she was a Smith, and she was on a very, very big show that I know everybody knows and love, and it's called 90 Day Fiancé, but she's not on the show anymore, but we're going to talk about all that today. And welcome to you, my dear friend. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
You came all the way up from Pennsylvania to see me. She's wonderful. 5-hour trip.
Yeah.
Battled the city.
Yeah, took a wrong turn. That was fun. Got the whole detour of the
in Manhattan,
city.
you got caught, right? Oh,
Yep.
God. But you used to do that all the time. You used to get caught in the wrong turn.
Yeah.
You always wound up in Manhattan, but usually you would stop and not wind up at the house. You would get
car towed.
You
Get the shits of it and just park. That's what I did. And then
she didn't understand the parking rules of New York City, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's because you could park anywhere pretty much in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You just pull in. See, that's like the best way to live is
You
to
don't
have
have to worry about parking in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but you know, there's nothing there though.
True. That's true.
Tell me what's going on in your life now.
Oh
So
my
tell
gosh.
tell everybody all about you, how you started your course of your fame and your notoriety.
Ugh, I guess if that's what you want to call
Yes,
it.
we want to know.
So I started dating some guy from Jamaica. I was going through a quarter life crisis at the time, but
What kind of life crisis were you going
I
through?
don't know.
a pretty bad one.
I don't know what I was going through.
A
at the
fucked up
time.
one. Okay.
But I ended up bringing him over here on a fiance visa, and then he cheated on me right away. So we got married, but then separated pretty quickly.
But you guys were married for how long before the cheating started?
3 days.
Till
I found out.
Wait a minute. Okay. So wait a minute. Okay. So you know what? I remember you telling me how you met Jay, but how did this actually transpire? You guys were on vacation and you met him?
Yeah, I was on vacation with a bunch of girls, and my one friend started dating a guy from Jamaica.
And this was in Jamaica?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jay was from Jamaica. Okay.
Yeah, the girl on the episode, Natalie, she was dating a guy named Rushane, and I went back and forth with her a few times, and then I met Jay because Natalie and her Jamaican boyfriend got matching tattoos, so we went to Jay's shop to get them.
And he's a tattoo artist. So he was obviously living in Jamaica at the time. So
Right.
you met him. And did he know who you were before you met him? Do you think that it was like did you have any inkling that you'd be on the show before that?
Oh, God, no. But the funny thing about it is the day I was flying out, I was bartending at that time because I was in college. And I was watching, like I worked till 2 a.m. and our flight left at 6, so I had to leave my house at 4. So I was just like keeping myself awake till we had to leave from the airport instead of going to bed. And I was watching the show. That was the first time I ever saw it.
And now, how did you guys get on? Through your friends, or did they contact you?
I was in an immigration group because I was getting ready to fly over there for his interview, and I asked a question, and like right away I got a message from the producers saying they wanted to talk to me.
So they reached out to you because I always wanted to know how they scout the groups of people who are bringing people over to see who they would want to be on the show. So how do they scout the groups? So is it like a group that's on, like it's like an open page where anybody could see what you're talking about?
Yeah, it was just about fiance visas, and I was just asking questions about the interview process because we were getting ready to go through it. And they saw my post and immediately messaged me.
So they have these different groups. So what kind of so they go on these websites to scour it. Okay, but is this specifically for the show or no? Or do people this is just a group that's
it's the producers for the show and the scouters trying to find people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I think now, because the show's so big, I'm sure tons of people apply, but I think that's how they looked for their people before.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
Because you were on it pretty early in the
Season
in the whole
4, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys were on for what, 3 years?
Two
years.
seasons.
So when you met Jay, so you said that you had a very tumultuous relationship. We spent a whole summer, and you felt like I was giving you therapy that whole summer. So you knew he was kind of a cheater before you already married, and he was already cheating on you.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
No,
Did you guys get married in Jamaica?
No, so that's why everyone thinks
this is the confusion.
Yeah, everyone thinks you meet someone and you get engaged after 90 days. That's not the case. It takes a year to 2 years to get a visa, so you have to be dating that whole time.
Right.
And then once you get approved for the visa, once they come to America, 90 days to decide if it's going to work out or if they should go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were dating him for 2 years before,
like a year and a half, yeah.
And you had already brought him here?
Yeah, I brought him here, and we got married like right at the end at the 90 days, and then 93 days I found out that he was he was cheating on me before. He was going to the gym late at night.
This was in America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like as soon as he came over.
So he
downloaded Tinder, and he was like going to the gym at 10 and 11 o'clock at night, meeting like 18, 17-year-old girls. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
And you didn't think anything was wrong that he kept going to the gym that late at night?
No, I just thought he was going to the gym.
I mean, it's so funny how that he just came over here and started doing that. Like, he already knew. See, I feel like a lot of these guys are predators, and they know that they're going to meet somebody and then come over. I mean, I always liked Jay. I thought Jay was a nice guy. I just thought he was too young. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Like, a lot of them over there, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying this, they're like, they think America's the dream and, like, do whatever you can to get over there. And that's what they do.
Well, I mean, to many people, it is the dream because of what they have in other countries to come
and he
here.
had nothing.
But unfortunately, when you step off or cross the border or step off the plane, it doesn't always happen that way. I mean, people don't realize that you have to work to have this country reward you. It's not going to just get handed to you like that.
Exactly.
You know, if they think it's like as soon as they get off, they're going to become a millionaire that second, or they're going to have the best job and be rich in 2 minutes. It doesn't work that way.
Right, which he figured out pretty quickly. Plus, they can't work for 9 months when they come over.
So how was that you had to? So how was that after you found out he cheated, and then now you have to be the breadwinner taking care of him basically, and him living in your house?
Him out.
So where did he go when you kicked him out?
At that time, he was like doing an internship at a tattoo shop. So he went with the owner of the tattoo shop. So
and this was like right after he came here and you guys got married.
Yeah, and then he got his own apartment, and then we got back together, just totally stupid. And then long story short.
And this was going on. This was going on the show. This whole episode played out. This whole drama played out on the show. Now, when I met you, I think this was probably about 2018? We'll say that when we met each other, we know each other now for a while.
17, yeah.
Yeah. So because when I met you, you guys were in a pretty good place at that point. No, I mean, superficially, you're in a pretty good place.
Yeah.
But you guys were living together. You know, he was living with you. You do have children.
Yeah.
He seemed to get along with your children,
the
kids were good, and they seemed to like him and have a good relationship with him.
Yeah.
At that point, what was going on at that point? So that I'm trying to remember exactly at that point when I met you, that was like the last season that you were on, or going into the last season, and then it was that summer was that crazy summer that we had. Yeah. So that's what I want to talk about too.
That's when everything hit the fan. I think when I took him back, and then he did it again.
And how long was he living with you at that point when he did it again? Was it the same person, or was it just always different people?
Oh, no. I found his, he had an iPad that I like to refer to as his little black book and I still, I took pictures of everything. I still, they're somewhere hidden, but there was 60 pictures of naked women, and they were all in his house or in his room or
so it wasn't like bad. He was doing it in their house. Like you saw the pictures.
Oh no, they were in his house. Some of them didn't even look like they were 16 years old.
Oh my god!
It was just the craziest stuff. There was handprints on women from that he had pictures of. It was just a lot. And then I was like,
no, let me ask you a question.
I ran straight to the doctor.
Do the producer? I mean, obviously you're going to be worried about all this. Did he admit to it? Did he finally
he didn't have a
own
choice.
up to it?
It was on there.
But did he oh no, it only happened this many times, and then
I'm not I am stupid. I was stupid, but no, hell no.
Well, I think you were in love. You were in love. I think you are.
I don't know.
Maybe a little obsessed. The both of you guys were with each other because he was kind of obsessed with you.
I don't know. Like, that's why I look back and I'm like, what was I going through? Like,
you were.
I look at him now and he's so unattractive to me. Like, there's no, like, I don't know
what it came from.
Where I liked about him so much. I think it was I liked Jamaica so much.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with like that country and that like lifestyle of getting to go over there
because he's
and have
chill,
so much fun and
he's fun.
But like the vacation was over. When he came to
so
America.
the honeymoon was over after he came here, basically.
What's that saying? Leave your vacation. There's like, I can't remember how it goes exactly.
Well, I know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What
I don't know.
But so all right. So at that point, I know that you guys, when I met you, you seemed to be, superficially, you seemed to be okay. And then let me ask you, so when they know you're having issues, I want to know, these producers forced you kind of to stay together, or did they kind of fan the flames? Because I feel like they kind of fan the flames. And
if anything, yeah, they fan the flames, but I felt forced to stay with him longer than I did because of the show. Because I'll be honest, at the time, I loved it. Mm-hmm. I loved the fame. I loved hair and makeup all the time, doing stuff. So I basically just stayed with him for that reasoning.
Right.
Plus, I was making a lot of money, not from the show, but like other ways.
Endorsements and things like that. Things on Instagram.
So I was like, I'm just going to keep this going.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I didn't want to date anyone anyway.
Because I feel like a lot of people, especially on that show, I think they kind of stay with the person because of that reason. Mm-hmm. I do know a lot of people from your show. Like, I know there's maybe a handful of people that I can really say that I think that they are in it because they do care about each other.
Right.
I think what happens is after you're with somebody for so long, you become comfortable with that person too. And then, like, I guess the storyline too adds to that because now you're used to that and everybody's putting you always with them and they're always, like, you're connected to them. So if they can't say Ashley without saying Jay and they can't say Jay without saying Ashley.
Yeah,
so it kind of like, so it kind of like you're always expected to be together.
Yeah, and if it's anything with the show, it's always like Jay. Like, even when I still post on my Instagram, like the questionnaires, it's always about Jay.
Right.
And it's like, it's been so long. We don't have contact with each other. We don't.
That's where you're stuck in time with people. I mean, that was your season. That's where they left you at. Well, you were with him, so that's where they're always gonna, imagine that that you're with him or whatever. You're still in a relationship. I mean, you did break up though that summer, which was horrible.
Broke up like 50 times.
Oh my no! But the summer that you were at my house,
summer that we like officially broke up.
Yes, there was a lot of stuff going on in the tabloids. It was craziness. She threw a fire extinguisher through somebody's window. Let's talk about that. Come on, courage. Come on, courage.
I was at the vineyard all day. I was leaving from Mexico the next day. He went in my house and took my passport. So
was that when we were going?
Yes.
That was when we went?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
You're lucky I got to go.
I know.
Anyway, so he went in my house, in my safe, and took the passport because he didn't want me to go away with. It was all of us for that group trip, and he knew Camille was going, which Camille and I are just friends.
Camille was on The Bachelor. Yeah. Bachelor Paradise.
Yeah. And so he took my...
But there was a little twinkle there between you and Camille anyway. There was a twinkle between you and Camille anyway. Let's be honest.
He took my passport and I was pissed and I was like, did you take it? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, when I'm done at the vineyard, we were having girls' day. I'm coming to get it. And so I went and he was having a full party and he went open his door. So... After 2 bottles of wine, I saw the fire extinguisher sitting on the wall, so I picked up and threw it through his window. But I got my passport and I went to Mexico.
She got her passport, didn't get arrested, and we went to Mexico. We did. But then there was a lot of
Well, I did get charged with simple
did.
assault.
Yes, you did.
Because I hit someone in the head with it. Because I couldn't see
through
the window.
You didn't really hit somebody. It just kind of fell on them. Or like landed on them.
That's a better explanation.
Right, it landed on them. It really didn't hit them.
I couldn't see through the window. I just threw it through the window to get his attention. And I guess there was
there are better ways than throwing a fire extinguisher through the window to get somebody's attention.
But I got my passport.
You did get the passport. You did get the passport. So there was a whole big scandal going on when we were away in Mexico because of this happening. Because this all happened. You threw the fire extinguisher through the window. You had a big fight about the passport, and then when we were away, you kind of you and Camille kind of had a fling.
Can we get past this subject?
No, we need to talk about it.
No, we don't.
You and Camille, was on The Bachelor, had a fling, and then it was all over the tabloids. Then it was like the minute we got there.
It was like really bad though because they made me look like. Remember,
Yeah.
it was him and Christian. They were trying to make it look like.
They were trying to make you having a threesome with the
Yeah,
Christian.
the two of
Yeah,
them.
so Christian is also on The Bachelor too. So it was like the minute we got there, there was like. Like literally that night we were all out to dinner and it was literally a picture of her, Christian, and Camille sitting together, and they were like we were just sitting at a table together, and it was basically like headlines, Ashley's threesome trip or something like that, like they're saying like you were having a threesome with Christian and Camille, which wasn't happening.
Christian was like my brother.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
really. I even got blamed for going
because
with
at that
Christian.
time I was dating.
Christian's like my son.
Yeah, well, at that time I was kind of talking to that NFL player. I believe around that time, and that so.
And that was also a controversy then too. They were like, "Oh, is she with?" And then that's
anybody I took a picture with, or I was like seen out.
They
in
were
public
like you were
with,
dating.
Yeah.
Well, everybody thought you were. Well, you also did go with the guy from remember the other one from MTV.
No, we can't talk about that. No, we cannot talk about that, and we're gonna stop that right here. Do not bring up a name.
Okay, I won't bring up a name. Well, we won't bring up a name, but it's hard. But remember, you also but you still got blamed for going with him though. Anyway,
no one ever knew about that.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Why do I
and
feel
it
like
needs to stay that way?
Why do I feel like?
Yeah, because I didn't know that he had a pregnant girlfriend at the time. So.
Oh my God. It just gets better and better. But anytime you were out with somebody, they always thought that you were with them because, and it was either
I went through my whole phase after the divorce.
It was either because they thought you were trying to get back at, first it was about you were getting back at Jay, then you were being wild, then it was like, it was a whole big whirlwind.
I had a lot of fun that summer.
You did, but you were upset.
I was upset. Yeah,
you were upset.
I had a lot of fun.
You were upset. You know, and I think you didn't want to feel humiliated by Jay. That's what it is. You didn't want.
I don't think I really cared.
No, but I think you cared. But you did care. I think you did.
I cared about like the marriage being over and stuff. But him, no, I didn't care about that.
I think you were. I mean, listen. You would. On a normal person would be hurt. You know,
yeah. I was definitely hurt.
You were
hurt.
Yeah. You were hurting.
I won't lie about that. And we definitely played that game afterwards, like with posting, especially like where I'd be like, "Oh, look at me! I'm in New York with an NFL player." And it was just the local stripper, like it was any comparison.
No,
but it wasn't.
No, it was no.
No, we definitely played like.
Obviously, you were leveling up and he was leveling down. Yeah, I mean, that's what was really happening. Let's be honest. That's what was going on.
But yeah, I'm so glad that part was behind. That was madness.
But then you got back together during COVID. We thought that was behind you at that point, and then all of a sudden, during COVID, I see a picture of you and him on Instagram. I'm like. I called you immediately. Like, what is going on? How did this happen?
I'm trying to remember. It's all like a blur now. But
yeah. It was like you were like, I'm done. That's it. You're getting divorced. That's it. And all of a sudden, then this is what you were telling me the whole time because we didn't see each other obviously for a long time when the COVID was happening.
Yeah,
we had a party. We had our pout party when we launched our lipstick line, me and Ashley, and that was the last party that I think anybody went to right before the city closed. Like that was like the last time, and it was funny because the city was empty at that point because it was already starting to happen. It was starting to get. It was like February.
Well, I had COVID 2 weeks before we had that party. So.
Yeah, well, you didn't know it was COVID.
Because we were at the Super Bowl.
Yes,
and I had no clue.
Yeah.
No one knew what COVID was.
Nobody knew what
it
was. And literally, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I closed and I shut down, and then we were shut for that while. Yeah. So I didn't see you for about 5 months, and we only talked on the phone.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know you were getting back with him, or you got back with him. All of a sudden, I see this post, and I'm like, Mike, there was a picture of you in a mirror. And
it was the flip the switch challenge we did.
Yes. Yeah. And there was so many comments on the picture because people were like, what? She's back with Jay. Oh my God. She's with him again.
Yeah.
Because you guys, everybody thought like that it was done. I mean, I personally knowing you because you're good friends and we spoke where I was like, she ain't gonna get back with this guy. No way. There ain't nothing.
I don't know.
And then all of a sudden, boom, there's this picture, and then like it was off to the races again.
Yeah. For like a month, I think, and then it was done.
What made you like? Do you think he wanted to be with you because he was by himself during COVID?
Oh, he's one of those people that like he's a freeloader. So he meets these women and then he like moves in. He moves in the next day. And
I know a lot of people
when
like
he
that.
starts getting in a bad fight and things aren't going his way or they're not paying for his things, he moves to the next.
And he was with somebody else for a little while then, right? Before.
Oh my gosh, he's been with so many women.
No, but there was somebody that he was living with before he got back with you, right?
Yeah, Kayla, the stripper girl.
The stripper girl.
Yeah.
What is it with guys and strippers? I don't understand. I mean, they know they're not like. I mean, there's nothing against strippers or sex workers, but let's be honest, guys are not marrying you. They're not.
Yeah.
They're just not. That's just not the way it works. I'm sorry. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, let's be honest.
Girl.
I have people that I know that are, work with, OnlyFans and things like that. And a girlfriend of mine is like, I don't know why I can't get a boyfriend. I said, because you're on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I go, men, this hookup generation, unfortunately, it causes girls a lot of problems because they think, oh yeah, free to this, I'm free about my body, blah, blah. No, men at the end of the day, they're still gonna want somebody, and women too are gonna want somebody who's.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that you could get past it to a point, but after, I don't know. I don't think so. I think that you have to really think about it. You have to have a really, really strong man, or he's got to be in the same industry as you. They have to also be that for them to accept it.
Right.
And a woman too, because I would always be thinking like, what's going on? Like, are they looking at somebody else? Is somebody else looking at them? You're always going to think that. Yeah. So I think that it's a lot. So, but although, I mean, nothing against anybody, and I have friends who they make lots of money doing it.
Yeah.
But it's there forever.
I just refer to her as that because it's easier. I don't like to say her name. I could care less if someone's a stripper or not. But
I mean, I think I might want to start an OnlyFans page myself just for my feet because people have feet fetishes.
Hey, listen.
I had OnlyFans
for 2 months and I made a shitload of money.
Listen, I don't think it's an issue if. Let's just say, like, if you have somebody that you're with and you're like, okay, I want to do this, and it's just pictures and things like that. Okay, that's one thing. To me, that's like posing for Playboy.
Right.
Like, that I don't have a problem with. But when you're starting doing, like, these sexual, videos and,
So you can do, like full porn on it? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the girls that I know are doing full, like, out, like, porn on it. Like, they're, like, it's like their shit's laid out to bear. But I don't think that pictures and things like that is a problem. To me, it's like Playboy or it's like Penthouse. That's great, whatever. But unless you have somebody that you're with that's doing the same thing, I don't think that they would understand that. But the pictures, you weren't doing anything. You were just taking pictures.
Yeah, I mean, my boyfriend wouldn't care.
Yeah, but it's different. That to me is different. Like I said. I wouldn't have a problem with.
Yeah.
I would do that for myself.
Yeah.
Not that anybody would want to see me naked, but not now. Maybe 20 years ago.
Jeez.
But there is a whole thing with GILFs, not only MILFs now, but GILFs now. They're
GILFs, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, GILFs. Oh. I don't know. Maybe I should start doing that. I don't know. It seems that people like to be with people younger than them. So maybe it's something I should.
Yeah, I know. I own a hair salon, and the one client the other day was like, she's in her 40s, I guess. She was like, I'm at the age right now where dads are hot and 21-year-olds are hot. And I handle it. I'm like, 21 was way too young.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't, with me is I don't think I could go with somebody younger than me because I have children that age.
I need someone older for sure.
Yeah. First of all, men are babies anyway. I mean, so to me, they even when they're in their 50s, they're dumb. Pretty much, they're dumb. They're just not mature.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could deal with anybody that's not. It was going to be like another child I have to take care of, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And I also have children that age. So to me, I don't think I could do that. I always liked older men. I'm not talking about 50 years older than me. I'm talking maybe like 10.
Oh, I like older men.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, a lot of older men are hot.
Yeah.
I like older men. I don't want somebody like I don't want to say it. like Joe Biden, like old, like that. There's like that has like dementia. You know what I'm saying?
Why? Then he won't remember anything.
He won't remember if you fucked him or not. Like, yeah, baby, that was great. All right.
Oh
Wipe yourself on it. Don't you smell it? Don't you
yeah,
smell it?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, he can't even walk up and down the stairs straight. So.
But I always said I would Anna Nicole it though, if I had to. I don't know. I would. If I just had to give somebody a lap dance to be with them, that'd be fine. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh God.
So tell me about what your dating life is right now.
Oh, I've been dating someone for a year and a half, 2 years.
No, did he know who you are, like as far as being on TV before you met him?
So he did. He we met because he was coming in my hair salon getting his hair cut.
And he knew you were on TV before.
Well, I guess he had came in so I had hired his hairstylist. Mm-hmm. So he started coming to my salon for her to cut his hair. And every time he would come in, I just thought he was cute or whatever. And I guess he said the first time he came in, I guess I just ran in to do something. I had white pants on. I don't know. But he's like, I went home and looked you up for like 4 hours. So he found me. And so he saw right away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you.
So he saw you before he knew you were on TV.
So he knew everything.
Yeah.
Like he had read everything and saw everything. I don't know what all he read. So went on a
Hope
date.
he didn't see that. Did you see the threesome picture of you?
Oh my gosh!
In the paper, and what was the magazine that was in? I don't even remember. That was funny.
Like In Touch Weekly or something.
So now you're dating him for a while.
Yeah.
And you guys are in love, and you're gonna soon be married at some
we're
point,
talking
right?
About it, yeah.
Yeah, and he's from Pennsylvania, obviously.
He is, yeah.
How is now not being in the spotlight anymore?
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like the first time I've been in front of a camera since the show.
Do you feel like then? I mean, you said that you liked being on the show at some point, but do you feel like that was the drama and all what you went through worth being on the show?
No, definitely not. And I liked the perks of like what you got from being on the show, not the show itself.
Right.
So like I signed up for season 1 or season 2 before season 1 even aired. So I had no clue what to expect. Right. Otherwise I would have never even done season 2.
Because it is a lot. It is a lot of emotions that go on. You know, they're in your face all day long. They're with a camera. It's like there's nothing that's secret. There's nothing that's private.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very very taxing to do that. I think have that part of your life invaded, you know? And once the fame is thrusted upon you, I feel that a lot of people can't handle that at some point. I mean, you were fine. You handled it fine.
I could have definitely handled social media differently. But I blame it on the show because they just throw you out there. Like they don't tell you anything. They don't tell you how to handle social media. They don't tell you I mean, the stuff that goes on when you're on TV is insane. Like people, just because they don't like me, which is kind of surprising because I was the victim on the show out of the two of us.
Well, they don't like you because you're pretty and because you're successful.
Well, I didn't want my kids included in anything, and that's why they weren't. But calling CPS, just things that people don't realize when you're on reality TV that you have to deal with, like bad reviews on your business. It's you know what I mean? It's not even.
People are nuts.
A client that's ever even been in there.
There's somebody that you don't even know is hating on you. You never met this person, and they're just sitting there seething and hating your guts for no reason. You don't even know why.
You're just okay.
Well, people like that, it's just because they're not happy with their own lives.
Right.
And,
and I needed to realize that I took everything to heart in the beginning, and it really took a serious emotional toll on me. Just all of that social media
It's kind of hard to navigate through in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning.
And I was super uncomfortable out in public, too. I didn't not that if I was always nice, but I don't, it's just weird. You know what I mean? When you live your whole life and then next thing you know, you're picking a tomato up at the grocery store and someone's coming up asking for a picture. I don't know. It's just, I don't like it.
Yeah. You would never do a show again, do you think?
I'm not obviously you know that you're going to have to deal with it. And now that I'm I know what you have to go through.
You would deal with it differently.
I can't say if there wasn't a right price if I wouldn't do another show.
Well, I think you would know how to handle it differently now.
Yeah, now that
you
I've
would
been
know
through
what
it.
you would see. I think that this is how they get a lot of people, especially on your show. They thrust this fame on people, these ordinary people, and a lot of them can't handle it because they've come from a lot of them will come from backgrounds. Maybe they're not like in a big city. They're not, around famous people. Or they're not in like what should I say? They're not in that world, or they're not anywhere near that world. And then when it's thrust upon them, I think it just makes them, it goes one or two ways. Either it makes them a downward spiral, or it gets to their head and they think that they think they're like these A-list,
which I think
Angelina
is like
Jolie actors. And it's like, dude, man, like you are totally not
like
there,
most
man.
Most of the cast members really think that too.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. I mean, I could see that in a lot of different shows, but to me, like I've said this before to other people, other guests that are on TV. I think that if you're going to be on a show, it's either A, you're going to do it because you want to start a business, or you have a business that you want to promote.
Right.
See, you did the right thing. You went off, you used your notoriety to now open up a hair salon. It helped you advance your business, and now you have a thriving hair salon. That's the way to do it. That's if you're going to do it, because let's be honest, you're not going to make a career about being a reality star. There's very few people that can make that a career. And even them, even when they're done with the reality, what are they doing after that?
Right, yeah.
What are you doing? What do you have to show for it? Unless you have something to show for it, then, or something the next step, what's the next thing that you're going to do? What is this really all about? You're kind of back in the same place you were before you started. Now you're used to being famous and used to being, everybody doing everything for you. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, yeah, we don't know who you are anymore.
Right,
We don't care.
And it happens very quickly.
Right?
And I guess
you could speak on that.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, I personally didn't ever want to be on the show again, and I wanted for it all to go away. And it did pretty quickly. So
yeah, for
anyone that goes into reality TV and like stresses over stuff, like it blows over and it's the next thing 5 minutes later, So that was the nice part about it. As fast as it all came, it kind of all went too.
And they've never reached out to you again to go back on the show afterwards?
No, I sent a big list of like things that would allow me to go back on their show, and one of them was if Michael Jackson was president. So, I think they realized that
you didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, no,
I mean, you'd have to find somebody else to be with
I would never go on like 90 Day Fiancé or TLC ever again. It would have to be a totally different network. I did get casted for Ex on the Beach, and then we decided not to do it. But that was pretty quickly after, I think, our contracts were a year after the last episode aired. So about a year after the last episode aired, we were going to go on it, Jay and I. But then I kind of settled down with someone, and I decided not to.
You didn't think it was worth going on and dredging everything up, because then you are dredging
Plus
up
that
all
show
this stuff.
is like all about drama and hooking up with people, and I'm like, I'm a mom. My kids don't need to watch that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
because at what point you say is what's going to be the benefit of me doing this?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to be.
It's not like Ex on the Beach. Like reality show is. I'd rather like act or something if I was going to be on the
well, maybe you should go down that road and act. That's what my passion is now, is producing and acting. That's what I like now.
I could be a great actress.
Yes.
I think I could.
I think you could. And I can too. I'm good.
I'd be playing that like bitchy cheerleader role. Except I'm old. So I'd be like
You could be that bitchy
like
cheerleader mom. I'm a cool mom.
Name?
I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. I
know. I can't believe my daughter's graduating next year.
I can't believe all my kids are grown. I can't believe I have a 32-year-old. How did that happen?
Right. It happens overnight.
It does. It happens really fast. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now you have a hair salon now. I have a very, very, very big, thriving hair salon, which I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And you thought you were worried in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And look what happened, right?
I took a leap, but it worked.
It worked, and you're very good at it.
Thanks.
So are you happy? I mean, how is that reflecting like your business? So like I said, it's you obviously being on TV helped get you off the ground, but now you have.
Well, no, I can't really say. Like,
no,
nothing from TV I would per se help me now. In the beginning, when the salon opened, I did get an influx of people that I would ask how they heard about the salon, and they would say the show.
Okay.
But they would come like one time, because most of them came like traveled, and then that was kind of it. So I can't even really say that a lot of the people even they just came.
It was just like one hit wonders. They would come in just to see what it's all about, and that was it.
You're not going to drive 2 hours to get your hair done. But I do have a client that still flies in from Canada to get her hair done. Just because she saw me on the show,
but she loves the way you do hair. Obviously, she's not going to fly in if you fuck up her hair. She likes the way you do it.
Yeah. Eventually, once my son graduates, I'd like to do like celebrity, like I like movie set hair, doing things like that would be.
So you want to start doing that?
Yeah.
Well, you should set your sights to that, and because you're really good at what you do.
Unless I hit the lottery, then I'm going to sit on my ass all day and do nothing.
I like to hit the lottery too, but you're a better shot of being struck by lightning than hitting the lottery. Isn't that crazy?
True.
I know. I don't think it's in the cards for us there. It's all right. We'll be all right. So tell me about how are the kids doing now? Are the kids happy you're off the show?
I mean, I don't think it ever really phased them either.
Because you never brought them on.
No.
That was one thing about you. You never had them be involved in the show, which I think was really good.
Yeah, no. That's not, that show has, anyone who puts their kids on that show, I kind of look down on. It's not a place for kids. I don't think it's a place for kids. Shows like that at all, because there's too much drama. There's too much stuff going on. It's too much to bring them into, like, what, these are things that you shouldn't be talking about in front of your children to begin with. Yeah. When now to bring them it's always negative stuff around the kids. Like, if you watch a show, there's not really any good settings.
It really is really negative.
On the show,
It's so negative. It's so crazy that every show I turn on, and I don't really watch reality TV. I watch like documentaries and stuff. That's if I do watch a lot of YouTube videos. But I feel like it's all negative all the time. There's nothing. They need more of an influxing in of some more happy and more positive, because it's all negative.
I always say, like, before you even start filming, they already have your rules cut out for you. Like, it's not reality TV. You know what I mean? They have a vision. And that's what they go with. Like, for instance, when we filmed, it was every other weekend when I didn't have my kids. And they came with a schedule. Like, they knew what we were filming, and we kind of knew we had to play the part. So. And
they would tell you, because they would give you the outline of what they wanted, and they would tell you.
And I am curious with other couples how much more they orchestrate. Jay was just an idiot, so he was like a gold mine for reality TV. But like, for couples that really don't have many issues, I think a lot of it either. For instance, we faked a lot.
Yeah.
We faked a lot of our scenes, and the producers didn't even know.
Right.
Like, multiple times we filmed with Natalie and acted like we were fighting, but we weren't. We would meet up after filming.
And you were fine.
Have drinks and laugh about how stupid they all are. But they thought I was stupid, but that I had already knew going on the show that, like, there has to be drama. They're not just going to film us for nothing.
Well, I mean, that's what the people are tuning in for, drama. But I also think that there should be some. Of course, there's always going to be drama, but I feel like it is negative drama. Like, I want to see some stuff that's funny, some stuff that's that's lighthearted. I don't want to see all negative. Yeah, of course you want to see the fights. Yeah, that's the fun. That's fun. But I would like a mixture. I just think that everything now is all negative. Mm-hmm. And I talk to people that, all the friends who are on different shows, and I listen to them, and I'm like, your whole life for like the last 3 weeks that you've been filming is all negative energy. Like, they look like they're drained.
Oh, you are? You have no idea.
Drained.
Yeah.
I mean, I filmed a couple of shows, and I've only done it I did it for a couple of weeks, and it was just like, but I didn't know, it was just like draining just to be having to go through all that process.
Oh, yeah. I used to think like, oh, it must be nice acting like an idiot with cameras following you. No, it's not like that at all.
No, it's hard.
A lot of work.
It's not easy.
And I calculated the hours that we filmed the first season, which was over 7 months, and we made $10,000 total. Like, it was
totally not worth
McDonald's
it.
Worker
It's totally not worth it.
And I'm
I don't think it's worth
rashes, because I'm so stressed out. And then they're pinning the reunions, and you have to go fight with all those people. It's just
then you're there for 17 hours.
We were there
from the morning.
Hours.
I remember the last reunion you came by me afterwards, and you were there from.
Well, my makeup artist, I remember she showed up at my room at 2:30 a.m. to start getting me ready.
And you had to be, and you were there for literally all day. And then you're not allowed to have a phone, and all night. And now you aren't allowed to have your phone.
Just to check.
To check on the kids or whatever. So.
And they feed you hardly anything, and it's horrible food. And then obviously they have booze
to liquid courage.
Well, I think I brought mine. I don't remember, but whatever.
So that was, so it's very emotional. It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you're older and looking back, like you said, you would probably have done it differently, or do you think you would have even done it?
I wouldn't have done it.
You would have done something else, but not that show. You would have picked something else.
If I could have picked to do something. I mean, it totally fell in my lap. I never thought in a million years. Like, I didn't, like, wake up when I was 5 and, like, seek out being a, like, reality TV star.
Right. I mean, who really does?
Yeah, it just...
like,
okay. And I, like, even when they had first asked to film, I said, not my kids. So they walked away.
Right.
And literally, like, the day before we left, I left to go over to Jamaica, they called me back to go. So
I think that they prey on people too. Because they are, like you said, they're just getting people, regular people on, and it's like they're thrusted with this celebrity now. So now it's kind of, it gets them in, it keeps them, it hooks them up, it hooks them in, and now they're hooked on it because now they're hooked on the fame. They're hooked on people like being nice to them. They're hooked on people like giving them things for free.
Yeah.
They're getting these endorsements. But I mean, let's be honest. Like you said, you're working all these hours, and are you really getting the benefits? Like, are you getting paid for these benefits?
yeah.
So again, my thing goes back to, if you're going to be on reality TV, unless you have a business that you want to promote or you have something else you want to do that's going to help, that's going to help push it, is it really worth it at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Is it gonna really do anything for you? So that's what I feel. But look at you. You got this great hair salon now. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
Tell everybody where it is.
It is Mertzen Hair Studio, and it's in York, Pennsylvania.
So if you're in York, Pennsylvania, please go visit my beautiful friend Ashley's hair salon. And I'm so glad that you came here today, my friends. And thank you for driving for 5 hours to see me. No, she just wanted to have my chicken cutlets. That's what she wanted. She wanted a good home-cooked Sunday Italian dinner. That's what she wanted. She missed that. So everybody, thank you for tuning in today. And please follow us on YouTube or Apple and Spotify. Please look for us, Cats and Pudding. We need you to watch not only our shorts, but the whole show. Everybody have a great day.